One of the world's most famous road trips, the Amalfi Drive, is the most beautiful 48 kilometers of coastline in Italy. The road clings high above the Tyrrhenian Sea in a series of breathtaking views and curves bounded by almost vertical mountains, rising on one side and long vertical drops on the other. The Amalfi Coast is one of the most renowned tourist destinations in the whole of Italy. It draws thousands of tourists annually. The stretch of hill coast sits in between Naples and Salerno. The coastline includes some absolute gorgeous towns that hug the mountains. There are some magnificent beaches and jaw-dropping sceneries. Transport to the Amalfi Coast is well developed. There is a regular bus service that travels to the most of the popular destinations. Furthermore, there is a huge large number of high-quality hotels and world-class restaurants if you wish to base yourself here. If you want to visit the Amalfi Coast, you will find that this region has some picture-perfect towns such as Positano, Ravello and Amalfi itself. Furthermore, there are some absolute fantastic beaches, coastal walks and mountainside villas. Moreover, aside from the coastal town and mountains, the Amalfi Coast has a selection of interesting islands. It provides ample opportunity for exploration. One thing to remember, if you go by bus, go west to east, beginning in Sorrento and try for a window seat on the right side of the bus. Let's have a look at the best thing to do in the Amalfi Coast. Sorrento is a town on the northern arm of the Amalfi Coast. Sorrento is renowned for its beautiful scenery and its range of gorgeous buildings and coastal walks. In terms of economy, Sorrento relies heavily on tourism, but it is also known for its production of limoncello. The heart of the town is busy Piazza Tasso, surrounded by little streets where you will find shopping and place to eat. In its history, Sorrento has been ruled by Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, French, and Spanish, and it was sacked by the Turks. You will see these influences in its architecture. Furthermore, Sorrento has two gorgeous ports, Marina Grande and Marina Piccola, full of fishing and sailing boats and a series of public parks. Its waterfront has a boardwalk atmosphere. The Cathedral of Sorrento is a beautiful structure that was first built in the 11th century. This is definitely worth a visit. lined by seafood restaurants with terraces overlooking the water. If you step away from the beach and swimming piers lined with sunbathers, you'll find a little fishing village. Sorrento really is a gem on the Amalfi Coast, and a trip to this region would not be complete without a stop at this historic town. Positano is often considered to be one of the most picturesque towns on the Amalfi Coast, and it's easy to see why when you look at the beautiful colored house that lies on the mountainside. Positano is a collection of pastel-colored houses hanging to the slope of a deep narrow valley that leads down to the Mediterranean. The picturesque spot is set amidst garden of oranges, lemons, and bougainvillea. Positano is primarily a walker zone, and step sets of stairs and passage between buildings replace streets. There is only one road through the town that allows vehicle traffic. A secluded and tranquil place at the time only accessible by sea. The buildings were constructed on the craggy cliffs of Capital Salt Lake, and the coastline has a fuel-like shape. Due to this, Positano became less important, a forgotten place on this rocky coastline. Seen from the beach, the church dome that is decorated with majolica tiles rise above the closely packed buildings, picture postcard perfect. The pink and white buildings look as though they have been stacked one on top of the other and appears from distance like curious faces. The small sandy beach in the bay is packed full of restaurants. Whenever one looks, the scenery is just beautiful. Positano was for centuries a paradise for poets and dreamers. Meander through narrow passageways lined with stores selling local made products. For centuries, Positano artisans have produced silk and linen clothing. Today, their workshop continue to supply the resort high-end fashion boutiques that can be found on almost every street. Head for the Church of Santa Maria Assunta, one of Positano's most prominent sites. It features a majolica tiled dome and houses a 12th century icon of the Black Madonna. Here, nature is a true work of art, always something new to see: extreme curves, sharp rock forms, and dramatic coastal slopes. The coastal road widens along mountain slopes, a dream road between both sea and sky. Often the road is quite precarious. The first road we built here was started by the Bourbons. In the middle of the 19th century, the ruler of Nepal made himself responsible for the progress of the region's infrastructure. With its central San Angelo church, the small village of Piano contains much authentic atmosphere and romance. It was founded by a row of wealthy families from Amalfi who settled here. At each and every turn, there is something new to see. For centuries, the coast was cut off and forgotten by the world. This wild coastal landscape does not easily lend itself to human habitation. Clearly, the region has developed according to its history. Today, a world-famous resort squeezed into the mouth of the Valley of Mills. Stretch out on the beach of Spiaggia Grande at the foot of the town. This is Positano's main beach and it can get crowded in summer. You may find there is more room on Quattrofondello beach. The beach of Positano is the perfect place of relax and you can find a lot of quality cafes, restaurants and bars on the winding streets. From Positano, get on the hiking trail. One of the most popular trails is the Path of the Gods, a picturesque mountain trail up to the village of Bomerano, 635 meters above sea level. Walk up to the mountain, across a cape, past herds of sheep and goats with dramatic views at every turn. The main town of the Amalfi Coast was once a major maritime power that today enjoys a reputation as a coastal resort of outstanding architectural beauty. Nestled between the slope of the Latari mountain and the Mediterranean Sea is the small coastal town of Amalfi. One of the most relaxing ways to view the Amalfi Coast is to take an organized boat tour. Furthermore, from a boat, you can view the many towns such as Amalfi, Minori, and Positano in all their glory. Today it's a charming resort, but turn the clock back 1,000 years, and Amalfi was a major maritime center. Evidence of Amalfi golden age is seen in the striking facade of the Cathedral of St. Andrew. cathedral dominates Piazza del Duomo, the town's main square. Explore the building's interior and exterior and observe the mixed architectural style including Moorish, Gothic, Byzantine and Baroque. Enjoy some quiet moments in the cathedral cloister of paradise. The interior of the dome is a Baroque design. This lavish decoration, a gilded wooden ceiling, numerous oil paintings and colorful marble walls, magnificent art of the early 18th century. A steep staircase of 57 steps leads up to the cathedral atrium, which together with its company that is located in a small main square. Its few narrow streets, a crowded of the shop, have adapted themselves well to the needs of modern-day holidaymakers. Tourism brings in healthy income here. In the Middle Ages, Amalfi was also a major center of paper making. Take a guided tour of the paper mill museum, housed in the 13th century paper mill. Amalfi was one of the first places in Europe to produce paper, and the practice continues to this day. A cluster of white houses, churches and narrow winding street is the main town of the Amalfi Coast, after which the area is named. There is nothing quite like seeing the multicolored houses rising against the side of the cliffs and admiring the luscious green landscape of this beautiful region. Take in the gorgeous waterfalls of the Valle delle Ferriere. The Valle delle Ferriere is a place unique to this world. It can be easily reached on foot from Amalfi in about an hour. Throughout this region you can find some absolutely stunning natural scenery, and there is plenty of hiking and cycling trails that wind through the forest. This protected area is a little travel and you will not encounter the usual bustle of tourists found at the busy coastal town of Amalfi. Ravello. If you want the best view of the Amalfi Coast, then you must head to Ravello. This town can be found on the top of the mountain in between Amalfi and Maiori. Ravello is much more relaxed and reserved than the other busy tourist locations. A main attraction of Ravello is the Villa Ruffolo. This Roman villa offers possibly one of the best views available. It is a fantastic place to simply relax, enjoy the views, and bask in the gorgeous sun. The Piazza Centrale is worth a visit to see the cathedral and the Ravello art gallery. Ravello also has a range of restaurants with outdoor terraces that provides a romantic setting for an evening meal. Villa Ruffolo, the grey stone tower opposite the cathedral, is the gate to a villa, whose garden and terrace views inspired Wagner's Magic Garden of Klingsor in Parsifal. The villa began in the 13th century as a fortified manor farmhouse and continued to grow with the successive generations, the oldest part remaining in the 30-meter stone watchtower. In the 18th century, a neo-Moorish cloister was added, and in the 19th century, the grounds were made into romantic gardens. Most of the buildings are now in ruins, which are incorporated as garden features. Restored portions are used for an art exhibition, and the grounds are the scene of concerts. Villa Cimbrone Garden. Past the Church of San Francisco, which has Romanesque cloister, and the Church of Santa Chiara, you will find Villa Cimbrone. An avenue runs through its beautiful park to the Belvedere, Cimbrone, with incomparable views of the Amalfi Coast. Stray from this walkway to find flower gardens tucked behind walls and wide-ranging collection of beads and pieces, statues, fountains, columns, temples, and architectural elements that were brought here from ruins in this area and beyond. These were collected by the English lord who bought the villa in 1904 and incorporated into the gardens in distinctive ways in the midst of the greenery and flowers. With its endless sunshine, Mediterranean colors, and a landscape gripping drama and breathtaking beauty, the Amalfi Coast truly is a legendary destination.